Let's talk about the blue butterfly, because what if the blue butterfly isn't the symbol of transformation and freedom that we've been led to believe, but actually a dog whistle hidden in plain sight that links to something deeper and more dangerous? The butterfly has been long theorized to be a symbol of the mind control projects such as MK Ultra or Project Monarch, which doesn't officially exist, stemming from the metaphor that the broken personalities, or psyche, and the disassociation needed in a highly traumatized brain in order to force them into compartmentalized personalities, essentially making them sleeper agents. Because do y'all know that we don't know how many people actually work for the CIA domestically? Literally only the head of the CIA knows the number, but it's estimated to be about 20,000 people. And before you start thinking that in itself is crazy, let's remember that the Greek word for butterfly is psyche, which also means soul or mind. And in Aztec culture, butterflies are associated with a sacrifice or the souls of fallen warriors. And yes, on the surface, it could mean metamorphosis or transformation or cocoon, etc., all of those things. But that's not the way that these people think. Now, when Virginia started her nonprofit, her rush houring nonprofit, she did use the blue butterfly as a symbol of herself, because when she escaped Jeffrey, she said that she got a blue butterfly tattooed on her back. And I talked in a previous video about her nonprofit not actually being registered or having any filing, and under its previous name, Victims Refuse Silence, they made $0 in revenue, even though the royal family donated $2 million to it. So where is that money? We now know, however, that the trust that Jeffrey used to use to pay his recruiters was called the Butterfly Trust. He used to move millions of dollars in that account to cover expenses such as rent, tuition, and hotels up until 2019, where just a couple days after his arrest, the Butterfly Trust was closed. Butterflies were a predominant theme with these people even before all of that. Like, here's an email from 2010 where someone is asking Jeffrey, have you run around town scouting and collecting new butterflies? Winky face, exclamation point. Here in 2015, somebody sends him the subject of a heart and writes out this weird story about a prince who wants to befriend a fox. It's weird and creepy, but there is a specific reference in this story asking, does the little prince collect butterflies? And his house manager in 2018, so right before the official investigation is reopened, on Little St. James, they were working on getting all of the butterflies out of pictures. And it wasn't just Jeffrey, because here in the Ghislaine Maxwell trial evidence, we see in 2018, somebody was Googling Butterfly Trust and alleges and arrest or bribe or corrupt. Like, somebody was trying to scour the internet to see what it was saying about the Butterfly Trust. And in some Hebrew mythology, Lilith is seen as a blue female demon who transforms into a blue butterfly-like demon, representing powerful seduction and material temptation. Mind you, there is now a shelved book from one of the survivors called Blue Butterfly, because in 2002, one of the survivors, when she met Epstein, she would detail her life with him in a blue butterfly diary. Supposedly, the artwork was made before she met him. Suspicious of that just solely because in 2002 just happened to be the year that Virginia got her tattoo. And at one point, Jeffrey was commissioning a painting, and the artist noticed that one of the clouds looked like a large butterfly, and she was going to take it out of the painting, but then this redacted name that I assume is Leslie Groff in context said that they would like to leave them all in. So the Butterfly Association was intentional in Jeffrey's life. I find the butterfly theme is permeating a lot of people who are suspected to be involved in all of this stuff. Like, y'all remember Pia Zadora? I talked about her as the woman who took Paris Hilton to her first club at 12 years old. What if I told you during her child bride days, her husband paid for a movie to be made called Butterfly, where somehow Pia won both a Golden Globe Award for New Star of the Year, as well as a Golden Razzie for the worst star for the same role. I briefly touched on celebrities getting tattoos of the blue butterflies, like Aaron Carter getting one on his face for his sister who died, or Anne Hesh having one when she was with Ellen DeGeneres. Adam Levine has a butterfly and a web right next to the word family, and his wife is a Victoria's Secret model. Mariah Carey is very deeply associated with butterflies and was also with Tommy Mottola, but was very heavily involved in the Epstein circle, being invited to many functions at Epstein's. Even for emojis, I always thought it was kind of weird that this was the butterfly choose, because when I think of butterflies, I think of monarchs. And of course, all this might be a coincidence, but I'm going to draw the line at this one, because Melania this year, in the year 2025, this last Christmas, decorated a particular room in blue butterflies. And mind you, this is coming from the same girl who wrote that book that was shelved, that is not being released for safety reasons. The red room is decorated in 10,000 blue butterflies which was a dedication to foster care families under her Fostering the Future campaign, where the decoration said, "Be best." Be best? I remember that being a weird fucking message just for Christmas in general, but be best for foster kids? What is that supposed to mean? Let's not forget that the Red Room is a particular kind of room that is believed to have been like a torture dungeon, like a place where Epstein did depraved acts. A room where Molly, during my discussion with her, confirmed she saw at an Epstein party, where she saw an unconscious young-looking girl on a bed. I mean, it even came out in Diddy's trial that the Red Rooms were the ones that he would have his, things happen in. Remember, the Epstein Transparency Law was signed into law November 19th, 2025. Melania unveiled these Christmas decorations on December 1st. So maybe, just maybe, the blue butterflies are a dog whistle to identify each other.